Hey Taurus, I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a little bit of a different reading. I'm going to be doing a Mercury retrograde reading combined with Venus. Because the deal is with this, Taurus, Mercury is going to be retrograding in your 7th house of relationships. What's going to be helping you sieve through all of that stuff is Venus in your 8th house. Okay? So, and Venus is a benefic. It's all about blessings. We have this in conjunction with Jupiter finally going direct, coming out of shadow. Beautiful, coming up this week. We have today on Halloween, Mercury going retrograde again in your 7th house of relationships. So let's pull some cards to see what we're going to be dealing with that. Things that you're going to be looking at, all 7th house things, all relationships. And this could be intimate or legal, right? But it is really what you bring into relationships, open enemies, right? What we see in other people that we don't like in ourselves. It's the general atmosphere in relationships, all kind, based on mutual commitment. So let's get some energy for what's going to be happening in that house that you're going to need to look at. And then we're going to pull a row to see how Venus is going to be helping you out with this energy here. Okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so Taurus, again, Mercury retrograde, most of you guys know this already, but just to remind you, if you're kind of new to all of this, is Mercury retrograde really is a time of pause. It's a time where, first of all, we should not be afraid of it. We should just be mindful of it. Mindful to back up our communications, give ourselves an extra few minutes to get to where we need to go. And it's generally not a great time to start brand new things, brand new, okay? But a great time to revisit anything that we've been working on, that we were working on in the past. Now, because we have Mercury retrograde in your house of relationships, Taurus, I do get that many of you we're really going to be looking at the relationships and the connections in your life. So this is a great time for you to really work through these ideas of just mutual commitment. Thinking about your marriage partner or significant other. Thinking about the kind of partner you're attracted to and what you actually even want from them. And what do you project onto your relationships? This is about reconnecting to the I, right? To the I and the not I. So this is about recognizing, I always say, it's kind of like a very Queen in the Tarot vibe. Autonomy, like how do you do relationships? How are you in relationships, and what do you look for in other people? So you're definitely going to be looking at some stuff like this. And Taurus, I feel like you guys are going to be really looking at some hurt that you've gone through. Okay, but what I like in the reverse is that it indicates that whatever hurt, whatever created this pain is coming out and being put on the table to be looked at. We do have a couple of really supportive energies in the first 2 weeks of November to have really, really healthy conversations regarding this stuff. Now, this could be a third-party situation, or this could just as easily be just an external situation to your relationship that created a lot of issues for you. So it could be relationship with maybe family, friends, somebody, anything external, work, right? That it became a painful issue within your relationship. So you're going to be looking at this ability to actually move forward with this person, because the Eight of Pentacles is about building. It's about saving money. It's about recognizing what's necessary in connections, mental, physical, emotional, identifying that in the upright. But in the reverse, this is telling me that you're in a place of just not tapping into that, right? Going into this Mercury retrograde, you're just not, but you really need to look at this, and you need to look at your lack of willingness, or what you feel to be the inability to start this brand new chapter, right? There is this idea of delay, yes, with the Wands reverse, but there's also this idea of not seeing everything for what it is, and the fact that you got the Eight of Cups reverse does indicate to me that, I like it better in the reverse. Listen, there's a sense of disillusionment, but it's your willingness to leave a situation, at least for a time period, to think about how you're feeling emotionally, right? And this is a very appropriate card to get during Mercury retrograde. right? Because in the upright, it's about you just leaving, you saying, take care, putting this behind me, and I'm going. But in the reverse, there's still something there for you that you're still looking at. But you know that there needed to be some sort of distance between you and a situation having to do with the seventh house. So this could even be a business partnership, you know? And remember, you know, Venus energy, everybody goes straight to love, and Venus is love, definitely, but Venus is kind of like a pentacle energy in that way, right? For those of you who are like more tarot people than anything else. You know how the pentacle energy, it you know, it deals with resources, obviously, because Venus also addresses money for us, how our relationship to money. But how the pentacle energy is also how we do relationships and connections. That's what Venus is too, right? So it's very much this going to be this supportive energy to really push and make you look at these past hurts and why it is that you feel like you can't move forward with a certain person that would be relevant to your seventh house, okay? Be it an intimate partner or a business partner. Venus is coming in wanting to party, man, wanting to celebrate, absolutely beautiful, really pushing you to put the 10 of Wands down, just really encouraging you. Just drop the load, Taurus. Just drop it. You're making things. What this is telling me is you're making things a lot more complicated than they even need to be. You have everything that you need. You have the Queen of Pentacles energy. Venus is going to help you see this. Venus is going to help you move away from an unhealthy, toxic mindset. You're not going to be continuing on this unhealthy cycle anymore. Now, for some of you, this could mean Venus supporting you to move forward and away from something. But because this is a minor arcana, with the Six of Swords, I never get this as a permanent energy. It's leaving something for a little bit to really collect yourself and figure out what it is that you need. And the understanding that you need to put something down that's not serving you. Because this Three of Cups energy and this ability to celebrate is right there. But you need to have recognition of where your responsibility lays in the situation that your seventh house is in right now. And we can easily say that it's all our fault, or you can easily say it's all the other person's fault, but that's never correct, and it's not the right way to view something for a healthy, a productive outcome. This is you really sieving through your experiences with this person and really identifying where you could have shown up a little better, you know? For sure. So let's get right into the relationship reading. And we're going to start out with our Taurus single friends. Okay. Now, we all have Venus supporting us, though, in this house of relationships, but nobody's looking at relationships and needing to redo relationships as much as you are right now, Taurus, okay? So this is all Tauruses, whether you're single, coupled, or complicated. But we're going to start out with the messages for our single friends. Ace of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. Okay. All right, good. Ace of Wands just tells me that, you're ready. You're very ready to start this next cycle, like cognitively, but you're not really. You're not ready in the way that you thought you were ready. You're just not. You're still harboring some sort of pain from the past, some sort of, you're trying to unknot something, right? So there's a sense of delay in moving forward. And now for many of you, depending on where you are on your path, some of you may be taking this time out, this pause, to really get in touch with all of these past hurts and these past pains. Can the Wands reverse does indicate delay. And you're really waiting until you feel more ready. The Five of Pentacles just tells me that in your mind, you identify that in the past relationships that you've been in, you have not felt supported in the way that you really want to be supported, but you're really trying to get in touch with the why behind that. Why did you not feel? Was it something that maybe you did? Were you in any way pushing them away? Or were they just not good people? And I like to think that everyone is inherently good, you know, and we can't all end up with everyone we start dating. That would be silly. Then every time we had a boyfriend or a girlfriend, we would end up marrying them, right? I mean, which is just not logical. So there's this understanding, and okay, why was I with that person? What was the lesson learned? What was my role in it? Even if it was just allowing the person to treat you like that. But this is very much you identifying this definitive lack of support that you've been feeling in relationships up to this point. And you're really thinking through your past in this way in order to prepare yourself to meet somebody. Yeah, and we have the Page of Pentacles reverse. And this is telling me that you're just not fully ready to start this next cycle as far as opening yourself up to someone, whether it be sharing your resources, whether it be sharing the way you do connection, whether it be, being intimate with someone, being there for them mentally, emotionally, physically. You're not quite ready for it yet, but you're telling yourself you're ready for it. You're not quite ready. Taurus, I just feel like if you're single, there's still some work to do here, but you shouldn't shut yourself off. This Two of Pentacles is about making a decision. And I feel like the decision here is, do I want to stay single because it's a single spread, or do I want to meet someone? And this is you saying, you know what, I really want to meet someone, but you still working through things. So let's get some more advice in a way where how's Venus going to help you with this? And this makes sense to me just because of the 7th house energy. Okay. Yeah. All right. She's going to be pulling you away. We just had the 6 of Swords for the other one. She's going to be pulling you away from this desire to actually start something new. She is actually going to implement a little bit of delay so that you can truly get in touch with your Temperance energy, which is what it is that you really, really want. All right, Taurus. Please don't come after me. I'm just reading the cards, okay? And I have a Taurus moon, by the way, okay? I feel like this is Venus pushing you to look at yourself with a greater level of honesty. There's honesty written all over this. There's something that you have not been seeing about how you do relationships and how you are in relationships that you need to see before you can actually open yourself up to a King of Cups energy. Yeah. Yeah, there's something that you need to see. You need to be very honest about something. And the second that you're honest about it, I feel like you're going to meet someone. Spirit, I'm not honoring reversals. Yes, no. If Taurus addresses these issues hardcore during this retrograde season, will they open themselves up to meet someone? Will they open themselves up to meet someone? I'm not honoring the King of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, you will, because you're going to be in touch with your truth. Yeah, good. 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups. It's a partner card. Yeah, so you need to work through these issues, really get in touch with where you've been holding yourself back. There's something that you're not seeing about how you do relationships, how you function within the relationship, whether it's your level of honesty to yourself. You know, maybe you're not, and it's affecting the way your partner views you. Yeah. It's how you do the relationship, and you needing to get really honest with that, okay? All right, thank you, Taurus singles. But get in touch with that, because you're going to meet someone. I like that. You get the Two of Cups there at the end. I like it. Okay. Let's go to couples. Couples, Taurus couples. What's happening for our Taurus couples? What's happening with the Taurus couples? Well, we're rethinking all of this relationship stuff, but we have Venus helping you out in that 8th house. Sun, first. The wheel. Sun is still very positive in the reverse, guys. So don't worry. Ooh, I like it. Oh, yeah. I like these cards. You have 3 major arcana. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? Yeah, 3. Okay. An Ace of Cups actually illuminates and lightens up any potential negative, well, actually, it would only be minor arcanas, and there are only major arcanas here. So anyway, Taurus, this is absolutely beautiful. Taurus, those of you who are coupled, rock on. The sun reverse just indicates a little bit of a delay, particularly in travel. For those of you, and when I say travel, I don't only, it could be literal travel, but in you guys moving forward in the way that you really want. The love is here, which is the key thing, okay? But there's a delay in something. So this could be, maybe you guys haven't saved enough money to move forward, or maybe you're working really crazy hours and it doesn't make sense for you guys to take it to that next level. Maybe you guys are still in school. But whatever it is, it's not because the relationship is troubled. It's because life is getting in the way. But it's still entirely positive. Now we have the wheel, right, which is the wheel of fate. This is, you know, wheel lady luck, like in Vegas. So it depends on how it lands. This is about you exercising your free will. And I know a lot of people don't like that. It's like, oh, give me the answer. Well, you have to give yourself the answer, because this is you truly exercising your free will. You identifying that there are a couple of ways of you being, you handling how your relationship is going to be moving forward. And this is you exercising your free will. But I always look at surrounding energies to find out if it's going to be positive or more negative, less positive, right? I want to say bad. And we have the Ace of Cups, which is just beautiful. Ace is about brand new chapter of sharing, of loving, of just loving, right? Beautiful. Now, this is energy that has anything to do with your heart space. So I just feel with the sun reverse, Taurus, I feel like those of you who are a couple just know that this is your person. This is your person. Now, the fact that we have the Hermit bookended with the sun reverse just tells me that you're in a very pensive state. I like the Hermit upright because it's taken the mental space that's necessary to figure out how things need to look moving forward. But what I like about it in the upright is that the Hermit communicates. The Hermit seeks counsel. You know, the Hermit speaks to his partner, speaks to his close friends, speaks to his family or his counselor. In the reverse, the Hermit holds everything into himself and kind of works more within, like he's his own counsel, kind of. But in the upright, this tells me that you guys are going to be having some really healthy communication about how things are going to be moving forward. You guys are going to be feeling the tickle of the power of these transits right now, because the choices that we make now, and I'm going to discuss this more in November, but some of the choices that we're making now are going to affect us for the next 12 years, particularly in relationships, and some for the next 30 years, having to do with our overall life path. So you got, you know, Taurus, you guys feel things in your body, right? Right? You feel that there is something that needs to be discussed, right? And I feel like you guys are having the conversations. I have to tell you, I'm perfectly happy with this, and I don't feel like there's any clarification necessary for this. This is just really beautiful for you guys. There's going to be healthy communication. And you guys are going to end up having the sun, because once some time passes, look at this. It's just beautiful. The sun is about arriving, you know, and whatever that means to you. It's having what you need. It's having what you need. Love, a full heart, where you're on the career path. You're both on the career path that you feel like you belong on, right? You guys just building this beautiful life together. I love it. Beautiful. Congratulations, Taurus couples. Yes, yes. All right. Let's go on to our Taurus complicated friends. Complicated. So the way I view complicated is a lot of people do ask this. I view relationships in a way kind of like, and I know this is going to sound very cold and harsh, and I don't mean it to. Just follow my thinking here. Kind of like a medical condition. You know, if you have an ache or pain, if it's hurting for up to 6 months, it's acute, right? And then I couldn't remember for a second. And then after, from 6 months on, it's chronic, right? That's what I learned anyway. So I always look at it like that. Like if you have not been in a relationship for more than 6 months, I would look at the single spread. If you guys have been in a weird space for the past 6 months where you're together, but things are just like not comfortable, you guys are not communicating, you're fighting a whole lot, or maybe you're on a break, maybe you've been broken up for a few months, you know, but no more than 6. I really wouldn't apply it to that. All right. So let's see what messages we can get for our complicated Taurus friends. Okay. Ooh, Queen of Wands. Somebody's willing. Death card reverse. I like it. 7 of Cups reverse. The Magician reverse. All right, let's get some more. 7 of Wands. Chariot. 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Wands. All right. All right, so let's just talk about these and then we'll pull some advice. So there's a willingness here for sure. All right, those who, Taurus, you and your partner, you guys are very willing, okay, to work at this, but it's like you can't see eye to eye. It's like you say black, they say white. One says day, the other says night. Now, the Death card, I mean, I love the Death card. Those of you who have been watching me know I love the Death card. But this tells me, I like the Death card because it's about endings and beginnings. This is a regenerative energy because it's got the guidance of the Pope and the Sun, and it's just, you know, what we've been doing up to now is not working. We got to change things up, right? But in the reverse, this is the same thing, but it's with a lot of arguing. Taurus, there's going to be some bullfighting going on here. I just feel like it. Yes, there's going to be some fighting, but I still like it. I still like it because it still means this regeneration of something. Necessary arguments are happening here, and it's going to have, you have Mercury retrograde in your 7th house. You can't escape it. I think you guys are going to be hit the hardest as far as, you know, the Taurus archetype goes. Definitely check your not only your sun though, your moon, rising, and Venus for like a really full picture. But we have the 7 of Cups reverse, and 7 of Cups is in the upright. It's about just not having all the information, just not being sure, being able to see 5 of the Cups really clearly and identify them as positive. But these 2 things over here, oh, I don't know enough about them. And this is you just holding back some part of yourself, Taurus. You're holding something back. There's information being held back here. And you know, I just got for Taurus singles that there's this thing that they need to be really, really honest with themselves about. And I just feel like there's something being held back that's getting in the way, that's making it not happen. I don't like the Magician reverse because this is a trickster energy. There's manipulation here. There's dishonesty. There's somebody acting in a less than moral way. Okay, I don't like this. Now, it's a major arcana, and because it's in a complicated spread, I am reading this as this is just the energy that's present to her. So apply it however you see fit for your situation. You could be the one who's not acting the best right now. You know, maybe you're partying too much, or maybe you're in a complicated situation where you haven't officially ended things, but you started maybe dating somebody new, or you went back to an ex, but you're still not done with the other person, or this is them doing that. It could be a whole host of things, and it would, you know, whatever would get in the way of helping this relationship move forward. But I do feel like there are some secrets being held back, for sure. But at the same time, you guys are still in some sort of communication. I just feel like there are going to be arguments happening for sure. We have the 7 of Wands energy, which is about defending, right? This is like the need to defend one's land, you know, and feeling very strong about that. Feeling very, very strong. We have the Chariot. With the Chariot reverse, you know, we say you want to think about like a car on like an old country road, and all of a sudden like the driver loses control of the wheel, and they end up crazy in the woods, you know, on some random path. Going off the path. So I don't like this with the Magician reverse. Some things, okay, either one of you or both of you are not being very honest about the reality of the situation, are not taking full ownership of how you guys have each shown up in the relationship, and people are trying to, and I'm going to say self-medicate by doing some less than wonderful things. So that could be maybe spending too much money, partying too much, flirting with other people, or just simply not showing up, being very nasty, gaslighting, deflecting, gossiping to other people about the situation. It could be any host of those things, any one of them or any combination, right? I give you everything that I'm getting here. The Nine of Pentacles reverse is you feeling very much that you're not going to, like, you guys are in a place where you just feel like, you know what, we are just not going to be able to make our dreams come true together. We're just not going to be able to, but this is the thing. Then we have the Nine of Wands. Now I want you to notice, because I pay a lot of attention to like bookends, right? A lot of, okay? So the fact that we have Wands bookending each other. 7 is about being defensive. 9 is about having gone through the war but still having some fight left. And we have the Queen of Wands, which is about willingness to really try to make this work. But this 9 of Wands energy tells me, you know, you guys are going to be having the conversation. Because again, 9 of Wands is, look at him. He's got the bandage on his head. He's been through it. And this is you recognizing you guys have been through a lot of crazy together. You're together, you're not together. You're fighting, you're not fighting. I love you, I hate you. You know, I never want to see you again. And then this great sex. You know, it's like kind of like this kind of situation. But the 9 of Wands indicates that there's still fight left. There's still fight left. And there's going to be fighting. We got that Death reversed. Just that Magician and the Chariot in reverse. I'm not liking that. No, no, no. No, no, no. I don't like that. 5 of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. Somebody's 2 in their ego. Somebody's 2 in their ego. Like, you guys have the will to move this forward. But the problem here is that Taurus, either you or your partner don't feel like you're getting the support that you need from the other one. And it's really more of a mental sensibility of lack than anything else, but it could certainly be in real time as well. Like, maybe, you know, there isn't enough money. It could have something to do with regular resources, right, in the Pentacle. But I'm really feeling that you feel like there's just not enough support between the two of you, emotionally, physically, you know, mentally. There can be issues having to do with your intimate life. There could be issues with how you guys communicate. You know, it's just this sense of lack in everything that the Pentacle stands for. But yet you guys have this willingness. But that, I don't know if it's you or your partner, Taurus, being a little too tight in the ego with that Strength reverse. A little too tight with the ego. I'm going to do a free shuffle until I want to stop. And then we're going to work with bottom of the deck energies. And then we'll pull some yes/no cards. There's a lot of emotions here. I knew I was going to get a heavy reading for you guys with the 7th house being retrograde. Oh, Knight of Pentacles. All right, let's pull 3. 1, 2, 3. Another ego card. Another ego card. See, I feel like you guys are really set up for a healthy connection. And the Empress is the mother of the tarot. This is all about making things happen, growing things, cultivating them together. This is growing a relationship, growing a life together. But the 9 of Cups in the reverse does indicate a little bit of like gluttony. So Taurus, I don't know, like, are you holding your money too close to your chest? Are you being you know, unhealthy in your relationship with money that's getting in the way? You might need to look at this. Are you not being as open and honest in this connection as you can be? You might need to look at this. But the willingness is there. So I want to pull yes, no. 3 yes, no cards. I'm not honoring reversals. Will Taurus work things out with this complicated situation as a result of this retrograde with Venus's help, Spirit? Emperor, nice. Yeah. Nice. Oh, I love this. Yes. The Emperor is the leader, right? And what makes for a healthy leader? Some of you might be dealing with an Aries. But what makes for a healthy leader? Somebody who understands compromise, someone who understands, you know, communication. I do like this. This is you guys really taking charge of what needs to happen in order to make this new start happen. The Ace of Pentacles. This is a new beginning, having to do with how you do relationships. Yes. And the 6 of Cups energy, you guys are tapping into the beauty that once was. There's a reconnection here. There's a rekindling to the beautiful parts of your relationship. And that's very clearly what this means. I really, really like this. You guys are going to be going through it, though, for sure. Lots of arguing. Good luck with that. Try to stay light, keep your feet on the ground, and stay focused on the end point here, Taurus. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time. Bye-bye.